Hello. It's been a really good day. Just getting home, so forgive me if it's dark. I just haven't even parked. Well, I'm parked, just not where I'm going to be parked for the night. I was having a great Valentine's Day, and there was a moment that I shared with the people I was with, and it was about being the rock. Well, no, it wasn't about being the rock. It was about a rock I picked up. See, I love rocks, and I don't just mean diamonds, because, you know, those are special, and amethysts and rubies. I love stones, but I was at one point a geology major because I really do love rocks. I loved studying volcanoes. I love studying just mountains and how they were created. And to me, my first true love will always be a really pretty rock I pick up off the ground. My birthday weekend, I spent some time with my kids at Abalone Cove. It's my favorite place to pick up rocks because I will more than likely find a rock very much like this one. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's just a plain rock that has been eroded by sand. The thing with Abalone Cove, it's during high tide, the water is right up to the rocks where it's pounding that shore. And at low tide, you can actually walk on sand. At high tide, there is no sand. It's all rocks. And these rocks will just sit there and get pummeled by water and sand on a daily basis. And this tiny little, well, it's not tiny, this hole, this decent sized hole was formed by sand and water just rushing into that space and eroding it. And a good friend of mine, someone that I really care about today, told me about the experience of, reminded me, I should say, of this story I'd heard before about, it's the torture of 1,000 cuts. And I know I'm saying it wrong, but basically the idea is tiny cuts will eventually end you, because those tiny little cuts that seem insignificant, those things build up and they're difficult and they're painful, and you will bleed and you will die because those tiny cuts will do a big deal of damage. With this rock, it has been sitting in one spot. It has been solid and strong for way too long, to the point where tiny bits of sand and water were able to dig a hole into this very solid rock. I have another one sitting at my desk where there's a hole that goes straight through the rock. It's beautiful, but it goes straight through the rock. And the thing is we are often feeling that we need to be strong. We need to be impermeable. We need to be the person that that can stand up to anything. And the thing is that this rock did just that, and it was still beaten, and there was a hole put in it. But I wanted to say that there is not, I mean, this hole is not the end. This hole is something that space was made. I mean, in this hole, this space, there's an opportunity to put something else in it. And that's the thing with being the rock is, yes, you can be strong. And yes, life will come at you. And it will erode the places that you believe are strong enough to withstand anything. And that's okay, because that space that's created is there for a reason. It's there for bigger. It's there for something more. And that's just it. It's a moment where I wanted to inspire hope. It's been a while since I've done the videos, and that's because I was not in a place where I felt I wanted to share. I didn't feel like I was in a place that was strong enough to share. I felt like I was being eroded, and there was nothing for me to give if I was standing there being taken from. I had nothing to offer if I was unable to give more than a smile, more than an encouragement. And today, tonight, yesterday, last night, I was at work with a coworker and able to speak into their life, encouragement, this idea, this thought that it's okay, and in fact it's important to take care of yourself, because if you're not taking care of yourself, who will? If you're strong for you and you're taking care of the people in your life, who's taking care of you? Who's letting you be soft? And for me, that's important. And it's okay to be the rock that has that hole put in you, because that hole is a space, and that space being made is made for change. And there's everything and the ability to change. I hope you have an epic night. I will let you get some rest, because, it's after 10 and, my vampire days are kind of over. I can't stay up all night anymore and be okay with it. I hope you have an epic week. Do epic shit this weekend. And whatever it is that you may be feeling, experiencing, going through, it's temporary. There's no way it can go on forever. If you look for it, there's a space, there's a breath. And that's a moment of being able to go forward. I mean, you get it even in labor. I have delivered many babies over the years, and every single labor I experienced, there is the pressure, the pain, but there's always a break in between, and that break helps you brace for the next one. And it's okay to decide you need help, and it's okay to decide you need someone to hold your hand and squeeze it. It's okay to decide you need to cry and get it out and moan, whatever it is, to help you release that. And that space that's made, it's for something bigger, it's for something more amazing, and just go with it. That is all. I wish you all a wonderful, restful night and epic shit in the morning. Good night.